Greetings, everyone. There are some who are accusing us for advising holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits to apply for waivers. That is, if they do not qualify to move to other mainstream visas, to apply for visas and then apply for general work visa. They are saying we're misleading people because the court judgment did not say so. They are saying that people should be applying for an exemption permit which expires in November 2025. They are saying it is in line with the court judgment. We want to clarify this, that as the leadership of the Zimbabwe community in South Africa, we did not go to court. Yes, we have been talking about the court case in this platform. We understand what the court said, that the minister must consult for a period of 12 months every holder of the Zimbabwe exemption permit on the impact of the decision that was taken by Cabinet in November 2021. The minister subsequently asked the Zimbabweans who are holders of ZEP to apply for waivers so that they are able to move to other visas. That is, if they do not qualify. But those that qualify, for instance, for critical skills visa, spouse visa, and others, have applied. Some have received their outcome. Some are yet to receive their outcome. And the court judgment, as we understand it, is that the court did not say government has no right to stop the ZEP. It said it has to look into the impact it will have. Because there is separation of powers. The court cannot run government in any country. It's common sense that the court cannot, or the judiciary cannot run cabinet. There's separation of powers. Cabinet or government should not interfere in the legal processes or should not interfere in the judiciary. Just as the judiciary should not interfere in cabinet decisions. What the judiciary have to look into is whether those decisions are not in violation of the supreme law of the country, which is the Constitution. So the court expressed itself clearly that the judgment of the High Court and that of the Constitutional Court was not about the government being prevented to discontinue with the Zimbabwe exemption permits. It said the impact. So the South African government has the powers to discontinue, as it did with the Zimbabwe exemption permit. It then offered a grace period to Zimbabweans to move to other mainstream visas. But because holders of Zimbabwe exemption permit, the majority of them will not qualify for mainstream visas, they are then treated differently from any person who's applying for a visa for the first time. This is why a domestic worker will apply for a general work visa, but under normal circumstances, they will not qualify. So those that are saying we are misleading holders of Zimbabwe exemption permit, our job is simple to communicate what the government of South Africa is saying. Right? So, Cabinet made an announcement. The minister and the department, they keep on releasing statements. Our job is to ensure that whatever Cabinet, through the minister, communicates to holders of Zimbabwe exemption permits does get to the affected individuals. As simple as all that. So when the minister, for instance, the Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Leon Striper, says is going to be sending the waiver outcome directly to your email without you necessarily going to VFS. We simply communicate that so that everyone understands what is happening. If a waiver has a mistake, we simply communicate what one needs to do. Full stop. So those that think, and it is their democratic right for, we need to underline this. Those that think that the South African government, through the Minister of Home Affairs, are in violation of the judgment, they need to approach the courts. They don't have to attack us to say, no, you're misleading people. Simply go to the same court and say, this judgment is being violated by government. I know that the Helen Suzman Foundation, which went to court, also did not say they are challenging the decision to discontinue. They said there is an impact. What is this impact? Has an assessment done. Helen Suzman Foundation and the COMSA. This is what their argument was. And they won. Hence the court said, consult holders of ZEP so that those affected would be able to express themselves to the government. Let's move on. And of course, Helen Suzman Foundation, they are holding workshops with the holders of Zimbabwe exemption permits, right? To talk about some of these things. So those that are saying they will not apply to move to other visas, but they will apply for the exemption which expires in November 2025. It is their democratic right. Just to do what you think is best for you under the circumstances. Then there's someone who's an adult, 22 years. Unfortunately, his mother died, was using a permanent residence. So they are asking if they can apply under their late mother. Our understanding is that it is not possible because the mother is now deceased, was not a South African, was permanently resident in South Africa. But others can assist us with this question, but we do not think it is possible to do so. So if your parent was on permanent residence, then he passed on, we do not think you will qualify. But it's our view. We are not saying that's what it is, but this is what we think. Then there are those that lose their passports with the Zimbabwe exemption permit. We have said that if you lost your passport and you want to travel to Zimbabwe to apply for the passport in Zimbabwe, simply go to the consulate. You are issued with an emergency traveling document. I think it's between 300 and 500 rands. I can't remember the price. When you come from Zimbabwe, you need to use then the passport. You stamp it in. You are going to be given days. But of course, you have to speak to the supervisor at the border so that they understand that you lost a ZEP. They might, depending on the supervisor, they might not give you days. But what we have observed is that they give days. If you applied for a passport in South Africa, your passport was delivered in South Africa, you do not need to rush to the border to say, I've got an old passport, now I have to go and stamp the passport at the border. You don't have to do that. Because you applied for a passport here, you now have it here, you only stamp it out when you are traveling. But as long as you are not traveling, there's no need for you to do so. And then also, someone also, their question is linked to the first question. This one says, yet the partner was a holder of ZEP. Unfortunately, she passed away. They have children. The father of the children does not have a ZEP. So they are asking what should happen. Unfortunately, because the ZEP itself is expired. Just like a partner, say a husband or wife who has a ZEP, cannot include the other partner because firstly they have to move to another phase. So if the holder of ZEP passed on and you remained with the kids, you cannot apply under your late partner because you will not succeed. So even if the kids are born in South Africa, because you have the custody of the kids, remember we said the kids assume the citizenship of their parents until they become major. It is then that they can apply for South African citizenship. But again, it is not automatic. It's something that we are still struggling with to assist those that are now major who were born in South Africa. We started this video by explaining this thing. We explained in the previous video about the confusion of the waivers after that statement or circular that was circulating. So apply for a waiver, then apply for a general working visa. But if you applied for a waiver, just hold on before you apply for a general working visa. Then the question that others are asking, who are saying, because when a VFS said people should apply for a general working visa without a waiver, what is going to happen? We are hoping to be having a meeting in the next few days with officials in the Department of Home Affairs. We will be discussing some of these issues, so we hope to get clarity. Remember, in one of the videos we did say that we have requested a meeting with the minister. His office has come back to us saying that we can meet with these officials because he's busy. So we hope that we'll be able to discuss these issues and get clarity. Please like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, please do follow us. Otherwise, have a great day. Goodbye.